All right, let's dive into this. Merchant of Metaphors by Canibus.
Uh-huh.
Pretty dense lyrics. Definitely going to be fun unpacking all this. And for anyone who wants more, I'd say definitely check out C Radio Podcast and Rippers Unite. Great stuff on this track.
Yeah, it's really amazing how Canibus uses such specific, vivid imagery
Yeah,
to paint a picture, right? He doesn't just say, I'm skilled. He shows you this skill
right.
through these crazy elaborate metaphors.
Yeah, and right away, right off the bat, we get scram jetpack straps attached to my back.
Yeah.
Rocket exhaust melts skin off like wet wax.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, he's launching us into orbit.
Yeah, and that's the point. He's a master of weaving in all this technical language.
Oh, yeah.
Into the verses,
Yeah.
right? He name drops the scramjets. It's actual technology. It just adds a layer of authenticity to the picture of him blasting off.
Right.
But then he contrasts it with that wet wax image, and it grounds the concept in something very visceral and real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so cool, how you can see the visuals in your head.
Right.
And then it's the sounds, too.
Totally.
The way he's rhyming back with wax, that internal rhyme, super memorable.
Yeah.
I'm curious, what else stands out to you about Canibus's wordplay? The technical aspects.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, look at these lines bow waves are made when I sweep my arms back to fast track to the leaner surface's dark patch, the darkest part of the moon where ISS-2 was parked at, inside onyx black alien artifacts.
Wow.
You've got internal rhymes, you've got multisyllabic rhymes where he's connecting 2 or even 3 syllables.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
across the words. And then there's this really complex interlocking rhythm that mimics the feeling of movement and speed.
You're right. It's accelerating.
Yeah, it's we're rocketing toward the moon.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's that blend of real science with speculation.
Oh, right.
The ISS-2 hinting at a future space station.
Oh, wow.
Playing with our fascination with space.
Right.
Right. And then you've got the onyx black alien artifacts. That's where he throws in this mythology, this mystery.
Yeah, it's amazing how much is packed into a single verse. It's its own universe.
Yeah.
Grounded in reality, but also imaginative.
It's what makes it so rewarding. You can enjoy it on a surface level, but the more you dig into it,
Oh, yeah.
the more layers there are.
Okay, so speaking of digging deeper, let's switch gears for a second and talk about that confrontation with those special agents.
Okay.
You mentioned that encounter, it brings in a tension between the cosmic and the everyday, right?
Yeah, right. We go from this, grand cosmic journey to Canibus just chilling.
Right.
In his estate.
Right.
Listening to jazz and smoke hash in a mineral bath.
What a life.
It's such a stark contrast. He's bringing us back down to earth.
Yeah, totally. Even if you're exploring space, there's still real life.
Yeah.
Bills.
Yeah.
But the way he welcomes them in, the Terry Clock Row.
Oh, yeah.
We're offering them tea and pancakes.
Yeah. Hilarious.
There's a humor there.
Yeah. It undercuts the special agents
Right.
who are stiff,
Right. Folded hands.
formal.
Yeah.
He's not intimidated. It's there's a power dynamic there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their dialogue, too, that agent saying, "You cannot save hip-hop."
Oh, weighted statement. Yeah.
It's so loaded.
Okay.
What do you think that line means?
I think there's a few ways to interpret it.
Okay.
It could be a direct challenge to Canibus's ambitions.
Okay.
These agents, whoever they represent, are trying to limit him.
Right.
His creativity, his influence.
And then he defends his art
Oh, yeah.
in the next verse.
Yeah.
Talking about selling mixtapes to buy stock,
Right.
researching his spitbox.
Mm-hmm.
He's not just rapping.
He's building something.
He's building something.
Yeah.
And that's where the cosmic and the hip-hop connect, right?
Exactly.
Both require knowledge, innovation.
Pushing boundaries.
Pushing boundaries, wrapping IS, a science.
Yeah. Complex and demanding, like space travel.
Yeah. And he's mastering it.
Right.
And he extending it.
Precisely. He's not just rhyming words. He's
Mhm.
crafting intricate structures with language, conveying these complex ideas. That's what makes him so fascinating, I think.
Yeah, totally agree. There's so much depth.
Yeah.
But we've only scratched the surface. Before we move on, I want to remind you to check out C Radio Podcast and Rippers Unite.
Oh, yeah, essential listening.
They offer these really deep dives into cannabis.
Absolutely. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah, the special agents.
Yeah.
And that warning.
Yeah. You don't want war. Total cliffhanger. What does it mean? How does cannabis respond? We'll explore all that after this.
Yeah, that you don't want war. So loaded, like a threat, but vague. What war?
Right. Words. Like control of hip-hop.
Yeah, it's that ambiguity that makes it so unsettling.
Yeah.
And then how he responds, so interesting. Doesn't get angry or defensive. Just, I called Moneypenny on the intercom and said, baby, show him to the door.
Smooth.
Total boss move. He's in control. Even with these, figures trying to intimidate him.
Yeah.
And Moneypenny tapping into that James Bond vibe adds another layer.
Oh, yeah. More than a casual visit.
Yeah.
Deeper forces at work.
Yeah.
But before we get too lost in spy games, let's go back to that connection you made, the cosmic metaphors, his dedication to hip-hop.
Oh, right. It's like he sees both space and hip-hop as this, like, vast, unexplored territory. Always something new to discover. Like those lines about the murder in St. Petersburg Square being called from Burma.
Yeah.
Hinting at a life of adventure, intrigue, constantly pushing boundaries, gathering knowledge.
Like drawing a parallel, his journey and like scientific exploration, right?
Yeah.
Both need courage, curiosity, going into the unknown.
Yeah, totally.
And then brings it back to hip-hop. Rap is deeply rooted in the music generation.
Yeah.
I can prove it, but it doesn't constitute publication.
Crucial line, positioning hip-hop as, like, legitimate knowledge. Valid, like a science text history book.
Right.
But acknowledging the challenges, getting it recognized, respected by the mainstream.
Like, I have these groundbreaking insights, but...
Right, but they're not ready.
Yeah. And that ties back to the special agents, right? Those gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Controlling, suppressing new ideas.
Exactly. And that accusation, outlaw for my bars, suggests his words themselves are dangerous.
Well,
The rhymes, so powerful, so subversive, they challenge the established order.
like the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah. And remember, all this while he's chilling in a mineral bath, listening to jazz, smoking hash.
Right. Such a contrast.
Mundane and profound,
Yeah.
the personal and the political all mixed up.
Yeah, like deeper currents, even in everyday life.
Exactly. And he's using music to tap into those currents, to explore the hidden dimensions.
It's wild how he weaves it all together. Science, spirituality, mythology, his own life, social commentary.
It's a tapestry. The more you look, the more intricate it gets.
Speaking of intricate, those metaphors, you mentioned the rose garden attracting rats.
Oh, yeah.
What do you make of that? I mean, literally, sure, it's an observation.
Right.
But I think there's more. The roses, maybe his art, his lyrics, his rhymes, carefully cultivated.
I like that, yeah. So the roses, his art. Who are the rats then?
Maybe the critics, the haters, drawn to beauty, success, but they want to undermine it.
Oh, interesting.
Attracted to the fragrance, but no appreciation for the work behind it.
Brilliant interpretation. Speaks to the challenges of being an artist. You put work out there, subject to scrutiny, judgment, envy even.
Right, and he's sitting back and listening to jazz while the rats do their thing. Detachment, refusing to engage.
Like, I'm focused on my craft, my own piece, not letting it poison him.
Powerful message, especially for, young artists struggling with doubt, criticism.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let the rats control you.
Yeah.
Rise above, focus on the art, the vision.
Yeah, and I think it's that inner strength, resilience, that lets him face the special agents so calmly, not intimidated, knows his worth, the value of his art.
About those special agents, they add this layer of, like, paranoia, conspiracy,
Oh, yeah.
hidden forces working against him.
Right, want to silence him.
Yeah.
And those references, Camp Kill Yourself, the murder in St. Petersburg Square.
Oh, yeah.
Cryptic, never explained, adds to the mystery, the unease,
Like glimpses into a darker side. Knowledge is dangerous. Secrets get you killed.
raises the stakes. Not just playing with metaphors anymore, it's a fight for survival.
Totally.
Yeah.
And that fight's coming to a head as we get to the end of the song. Tension building, stakes higher, what happens next. But before that, reminder for everyone listening, if you're digging this deep dive, check out C Radio Podcast, Spotify, and Rippers Unite, YouTube.
Yes, definitely.
Incredible insights into cannabis, the world of hip-hop.
Essential listening, serious fans. Now let's get back to Merchant of Metaphors. See how this all plays out. That cliffhanger, right? You don't want war, but cannabis, so cool, just dismisses them. A victory.
But unsettling, too, like, he won that moment.
Right, but the threat's still there.
Yeah, and what about that last line? Secret dialogue?
It's like there's always more going on with cannabis, you know? He invites us in, but it's coded.
Right, we got to listen closely, figure out the metaphors, connect the dots.
So really get it.
Like, real knowledge, real power, you don't just get it. Got to earn it. Study, reflect. Reminds me of that Rapping a Science line.
Exactly. Elevating hip-hop, it's not just entertainment, a discipline, a craft, precision, knowledge, understanding how language works.
And not just skill, using it to say something, right?
Okay.
Challenge assumptions, start a conversation. Is that part of the secret dialogue? Hip-hop for social change? Raising consciousness, fighting back.
Big part of it, I think. Remember, selling mixtapes to buy stock, Spitbox research.
Oh, yeah.
Not just bragging, he's an entrepreneur, innovator, building something new.
And linking it, T.O. hip-hop. Force for progress, empowering yourself, your community.
Totally. Like, don't underestimate words, music, hip-hop.
Powerful. And that's why the special agents are so threatened.
Right. They're the status quo, got to maintain control, silence anyone who disagrees.
They don't want him to save hip-hop. They don't want change, evolution. Don't want their authority challenged.
His innovation, the secret dialogue, it's dangerous to them.
And that last line, it's not just a rhyme then.
Secret dialogue from the Merchant of Metaphors. It's defiance, a promise. Keep pushing, keep speaking truth, no matter what.
Powerful. Reminds me why I love hip-hop. Raw energy, creativity, giving voice to, the voiceless.
And that's Canibus, not afraid to challenge, experiment, push the boundaries of what hip-hop can be.
Couldn't have said it better. Perfect way to wrap this up. Explored a lot. The metaphors, the wordplay, the themes that make Merchant of Metaphors so rewarding.
It's been great diving into this with you. Always something new with Canibus.
Absolutely. For everyone listening, if you enjoyed this deep dive, check out C Radio Podcasts, Spotify, and Rippers Unite, YouTube.
Incredible stuff if you want to go deeper, beyond the surface, really understand what's going on in the music.
And remember, that secret dialogue, it doesn't end here. Keep listening, keep questioning, keep exploring. That world of language metaphor, it's endless.